Stanton House was established about 30 years ago by medical ladies and auxiliaries. Mrs. Margaret Stanton and Mozille Ward managed to raise funds that they couldn't able to purchase a home. Stanton House is a private non-profit home away from home to families of inpatients and outpatients receiving medical treatment in area hospitals. Initially, Stanton Hospitality Home was bought by Cape Fear Valley, but in September of 2013 was let go due to HIPAA policies. This led to more flexibility that allowed background checks to be conducted prior admission of individuals at the Stanton Home facility.
Hello. Alright, I am doing the qualifications and the referrals for the Stanton House. So, first off, for the Stanton House, you gotta have certain qualifications, which I have right here. Alright, so, in order to be qualified for the Stanton House, you have to be referred. Alright, to be referred, you need to have a first come, first served basis, because if it's full, then you gotta place yourself on the waiting list. So it's not always guaranteed when you're referred to get a room, so make sure that you get on top of it. Alright? So, if you're referred, what qualifies you to be a patient? Well, one, you have to live outside of the Fayetteville city limits or the bus line. Or two, you have to be outside of a limit where you have to constantly travel to come see the patient at the hospital. So you gotta be in one of those circumstances when it comes to distance. Two, the second thing with that is you have to have proof of ID. So one, the hospital band counts as a proof of ID, or your valid driver's license or some sort of form of ID that verifies you are who you say you are. The third thing is you must spend your time at the hospital visiting the patient. You just can't come to the Stanton House and chill and relax and just stay here and enjoy your time here. The Stanton House is meant for you to spend your time with your patient at the hospital, and so those are the qualifications that you must meet. If you don't meet those qualifications, well, then it disqualifies you and you may not be able to stay here. So that leads into what disqualifies you, what gives you the boots. One, you can't be a criminal with a felony. Two, you can't be homeless. Three, you must have that proper ID. And four, you can't be sick. If you're sick, then you can't, because you got a lot of people going to visit sick people and you don't want to make them even more sick. So those are the qualifications and disqualifications of the Stanton House.
So after referral, Stanton House guests come over and they fill out a registration form, and they also fill out a house agreement form, and after that they receive a key to their room and a code to the door. No one is able to enter before 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. So between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. guests can come and go as they please. There is a sign-in sheet at the door. Also, patients whose families, maybe the patient may be in the NICU, their child may be sick for a number of months, they're able to stay here for $10 a day. PICU patients, their families are able to stay here. Also, ICU patients, or even chemotherapy patients who have received chemotherapy and they feel weak, maybe they need to stay overnight to recover, or even patients who are getting ready to go into surgery the next day, maybe they need to come and stay for that as well. They're able to stay here. Families who have other members, they must be listed on the referral sheet in order for them to stay, unless the director allows them to stay. And also, if they have a waiting list, then the patient's families have to wait until the room is available. So I think that's it for admission.
The Stanton House is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to help reduce emotional and financial stress for their guests. Whether they're the patient or the caregiver, They were once owned by Cape Fear Valley, but since 2000 September, the hospital has severed partnership with the Stanton House, and they have been on their own. So with that being said, their most urgent and biggest obstacles is need for funding. Even though Cape Fear Valley no longer is in partnership with them, they still give 3/4 of their funding quarterly. So the remainder of the funding they have to find on their own. Some of the sources for their funding comes from local churches, donations, and grants. It's not always about the money. They do take donations in the form of household supplies such as cleaning, bedding, pillows, food, and toiletries. So if you can help or know anybody that can help, please remember the Stanton House.
Okay, hey guys. Now here at the Stanton House, I'm going to give you a brief tour of the home, okay, in which the residents can come and stay. Here, right here is the living room area. This is where they're able to come and congregate and converse and also watch a little TV, okay? And this back room right here is actually the office of Miss Martha and Miss Kathy, the managers of the home, okay? Back over here, this is the kitchen area. Here is the stove area. Now the stoves and the ovens do not work, but they do have accessibility to the microwave, and they also have a crock pot. And then also this is where they would keep their donated foods that people bring here. Here is the dining room area. This is where they would come and eat, and this is also where the admission process would take place. Okay. So let me take you back, and I'm going to show you one of the rooms. All right. So here is one of the rooms. It is a room that fits 2 occupants. It has a small refrigerator here, small TV, a place where they can keep their belongings, and also have accessibility to the closet. Okay. And here, this is one of the bathrooms. Okay. All right. When we come back here, this is where they would come and sit if they want to come and read a book. And here comes an area where they can come and wash their clothes.
So I was a former resident at the Stanton House, and my baby was born 7 weeks premature, and he was placed in the NICU at Cape Fear, and I came here to the Stanton House. This was my actual room. This was my actual bed. This was where I put my first vial of breast milk, because they had provided us a machine to do that, and the hospital is actually a 10-minute walk from here, so I was able to either walk or drive and go to the hospital. Because of this place, I was able to take good care of my baby, do the NICU checklist that you have to do as a mother with a premature baby, and the cost was like $10 a month. My husband and I stayed here for about 18 days, and we were lucky enough to get a church to donate $180 for our stay. So it was a really great experience to have somewhere to go, because we stay an hour away, and it was a great place to have to be able to go back and forth to see my baby and still have time to come back here and recover. We had a TV in here, we had a closet. It was just a home away from home. We were able to make our meals and do all the things necessary for living. So I just wanted to take this time to thank the Stanton House for being who they were, and I wanted to share that story with you guys.